Lord, take me where you want me to go. Let me meet who you want me to meet. Tell me what you want me to say. And please, keep me out of your way. Amen. Please be seated. Gesundheit, or our English version, God bless you. Something we say to someone who has just sneezed. The German word Gesundheit literally means health. And it sounds like such a nice thing to say. But do you have any idea why we say it? I can sit here all day. Anybody got an idea? You don't, do you? You do not know why you say Gesundheit. You are a minister. Stop. You know that. Yes, Dawson. Well, that is, I've heard that, but that is not where it originally comes from. Anybody else know? Yes, Joe. That you're getting warm. You're getting warm now. Yes, Mr. Arnowitz.
When we sneeze the breath out of our body, we may move or perhaps the devil come in. So we want to protect.
Much warmer now. Much warmer. We're getting super warm now. All right. You see, as Mark said, it was once believed that your soul could exit your body during a sneeze, causing ill health. So people said Gesundheit, or God bless you, to ward off this danger. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. Just how superstitious is that? Really silly. And yet, we still make these statements to people who sneeze today. I do it, you do it, we all do it, based on such superstition. And based on your reactions, we don't even know why we are doing it. Well, maybe that will help you just a bit when thinking about people in ancient times and how they viewed illnesses. The gospel lesson today tells us of a woman bent over by illness. She'd been ill for 18 years. No one in the gospel stories describe it as a handicapped or a chronic illness. Oh no. She was described as having been possessed by a demon. A demon. This was so common. Sickness was often associated with evil spirits or with God's displeasure in Jesus' day and before. And if we supposedly educated and sophisticated people can perpetuate a superstition like Gesundheit, what chance did the people of Jesus' day have when they didn't understand much about biology? But this woman's illness, debilitating as it is not the center point of this story. The energy is around the reaction to her healing. It just happens to be on the Sabbath, you see, when she was healed, and this is what brings the controversy. There are exactly 7 Sabbath miracle stories written in the gospel. And Jesus gets in hot water with the Pharisees for each and every one of them. You see, over the centuries, the Jewish religious leaders had added rule after rule upon God's law. For example, God's law said the Sabbath is a day of rest. End of story. But the religious leaders added to that law, creating one that said you cannot heal on the Sabbath because that is work. It was directed at physicians of the day. Can you imagine your luck if you got sick back in Jesus' day with the poor understanding of biology in the first place? Our first aid was needed, but it was compounded by the fact that you had the bad luck to hurt yourself or get sick on the Sabbath. You just had to hold out until Monday for any kind of help. In each of these 7 healing stories, Jesus is challenging these religious leaders to look beneath and beyond their rules to what the true purpose in God is. The real honor to God is in helping those in need, regardless of the day. So here we have Jesus taking this initiative in all of this. So many times people came to Jesus for healing, but he sees this woman and he calls her bent frame over to him immediately. He is moved by her suffering. He lays his hands upon her, which was an act of blessing and healing. And what a beautiful, beautiful model for us this is. Think about it. The touch means so much, doesn't it? When I'm praying with someone in distress, someone ill, I always take their hands in mine, or I place my hands on their shoulders or their head. Our Healing Hands ministers do the same thing in our side chapel during the service. There is real power to this. The human touch being used as a vessel of God's healing. And here this woman is able to stand erect for the first time in 18 years. Wow. Not only does she get healing, but her dignity is handed back to her. But I don't want you to think that Jesus was just rejecting the whole Sabbath for the heck of it to tick off a bunch of Pharisees. The real issue is how we interpret the Sabbath law. Was responding to human need work? Jesus saw the Sabbath very differently than the Pharisees, and maybe differently than we see it. Jesus sees it as a time of liberation, not of restriction. He saw this healing as compassion for this woman, but also as an opportunity to empower the crowd that was watching and make new disciples. Imagine breaking some rules established by man to increase the welcoming of people into the Christian fold, doing things outside the box, doing it differently than we've ever done it before. Maybe that means really looking into things, understanding where long-held beliefs or traditions like Gesundheit really come from. And asking the question, is this really of God? When we do that, when we help our fellow brothers or sisters near or far, then we really are doing God's work. Amen.